Planning on stealing something?
No, ma'am, we're not.
Plan on murdering me in my sleep?
What? No.
Where do you get off?
Just a couple of people who totally got off, bro.
Hey, show us your basement.
What? No.
That was the soothing sound of Eric, of Josh there at the end of the theme song, Show Us Your Basement. He had to do like 60 takes for that one. Welcome to Show Us Your Basement. Josh, do you ever think about re-recording that?
All the time.
Every time, huh?
You know, we did 60 takes, and I was the one you chose.
Yeah, it was a lot harder to pick one, to be honest, because they were all
the same.
Basically. But I don't know. Maybe we'll switch it up next time. We'll have Edgar do the outro, or Eric, or someone. I don't know. Keep things fresh here on Show Us Your Basement. Which, speaking of, thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of Show Us Your Basement. As always, you can go ahead, subscribe, share this with your friends, drop a review in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. We really appreciate the support. We've been enjoying doing this podcast, so please, all the support we can get, we really appreciate it. Joined here with my hosts, the boys here, Josh, Eric, Edgar.
Hey,
we're all here for
I thought
the
you were
episode.
Thank God. Anyways,
this episode's going to be a pretty, hopefully a good conversation between all four of us. One that I think we should have had at the beginning of the podcast, really. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel like we did what we did. We started where we started. But here we are now. But before we get into all that,
yes,
let's just check in on how everyone's doing. How's everybody doing? How we're all feeling?
I'm going into the holidays, so I'm extremely exhausted. So it's the time of year that I dread, unfortunately. but other than that, we're good. We're good.
You're not looking. You don't like Christmas. You don't like Thanksgiving. You're not looking forward to the food.
Well, like any good, American, you appreciate the family time. You appreciate, the food. Unfortunately, in the business that I work in, it gets chaotic. It gets crazy, and your weeks drag. So Alberto, I'm sure you remember. You're still in that world.
Yep.
Edgar as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all can actually speak to that. Eric as well. Black Friday
is amazing.
No, it's not. As an employee, as someone who works retail, it's the worst. It is the worst. I'm fortunate enough not to have to work those long hours as a lot of other people do, thankfully. But I have worked those hours before, and I can tell you it is hell. And I know you can attest to that too, Edgar. I mean, you worked fucking Black Friday.
Yeah.
So it's that. Just for those listening, if you don't work retail and you're going to go out and shopping on Black Friday, first of all, why are you going in store? I think you should be doing all this shit online. All the deals are about the same nowadays on Amazon and all that shit. But be kind to the retail associates this year, because they every year, but
every month.
This year also, just these people they work fucking long ass hours to serve your ass. So just don't be a dick. Don't be a dick this Black Friday. Eric, how are you doing, man? How are you holding up?
Hold up good. Eagles are 8-2. Our big game this weekend against the Cowboys. Should win, but I got a Cowboys fan in the comments that's going to come after me if they don't.
What is he going to say?
He's going to talk mega trash. I don't know.
Ha ha ha. The Cowboys won.
I've watched some movies.
Please tell.
Still trying to turn through some movies. I watched Dream Eater
Dream Eater. That sounds
Dream
familiar.
Eater. It's a Eli Roth movie. I won't say anything.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Dream Eater, scariest movie of the year.
Are you serious?
And then
Or is that what it was advertised as? Do you
that's
are
how
you
it's
actually saying?
advertised.
Okay.
That's literally how it's advertised. Dream Eater. I watched Presents.
Okay. I've heard about that. Yep.
It's good. And then I've been watching the Goosebumps series on Hulu. There's 2 of them.
There's a Goosebumps series. I didn't know that they were
Yeah.
just movies.
There's Goosebumps 2023, and then they had like it's kind of like a second season, but it's different. Same like production, but like it's not a follow up to the first season, but it's the same like concept. Anyway, it's an anthology, but the way the first season ended, it was like open ended to where you could continue it, and then the 2025 was like totally different deal. But they're all anthology. Interesting take. You got to really adjust to today's youth and like how they make these movies and these shows. Like it's just kind of what it is, dude. Yes, bro.
Josh just pulled out.
I'm glad you brought that out. I'm glad you brought that out because you read these, right, Josh?
Oh, growing up, absolutely.
Yeah.
You just
So did I, and so that
you guys read them too.
Like, yeah. So
Classic.
it's great, dude. It's fun watching those shows. They're definitely different than the books, but or at least these shows are. They definitely put like a more modernized touch on them, and like it's it is what it is. It's I find it to be entertaining, but they're bingeable. But I don't know if I'd put them like above like the greatness of the books or anything like that. So yeah, been watching the movies, some shows. Still haven't got a chance to see Black Phone 2.
Dang, it's on streaming also.
I know. I'm working on it. I'm gonna get there. I think it's because I was gonna stream it and it was like to rent it was like $25, and I'm like, I'll just wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Makes
Let me
sense.
just wait a little bit longer, and then I'll probably buy it for like 15 or something.
Makes sense. All right. Sounds good.
How
What about
how's Alberto and Edgar doing?
I mean, I've also watched some movies, and
Please tell me what you told me just now about The Dark Knight Rises.
oh, okay, this one's gonna really ruffle some feathers, I think. Look, I took it upon myself to rewatch The Dark Knight Rises because I haven't seen it since it came out 2013, 2012, I think. And I think I watched it one more time when it came out on Blu-ray. I haven't seen it since. So I sat down and I rewatched it these past few days, and I don't know if it holds up in my mind as it did when I watched it when it came out. And I told Edgar this, and I think this might, I don't know if it's a controversial take, Josh. I mean, you might disagree, agree. I think both of you guys, I think Spider-Man 3 stuck the landing more than Dark Knight Rises did. Just gonna let that one marinate for a little bit, because I know that's...
He's talking about the Sam Raimi guys, okay?
Well, I mean, there's no Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Oh, true.
Well,
there's the Tom Holland.
You said
ones.
it was better than the Dark Knight trilogy.
No,
as a whole.
I think just with the third one of the trilogy, I think the third entry of Spider-Man, Sam Raimi Spider-Man, I think stuck the landing more than Dark Knight Rises, in my opinion.
I don't disagree with you.
Oh, well then, okay, good. I feel like I was a crazy person when I told that to Edgar, but I don't know what it is about the Dark Knight Rises. I'm not saying this was the case, but rewatching it felt like a director that was rushing to get that movie done so that he could move on to other projects. It just didn't feel like he was really like trying to tie up loose ends. Like he was, but in the most generic way, just kind of leaving the door open for potential, sequels. And I don't know, it just felt so all over the place. I still enjoyed Bane's, his whole thing. It was a little bit cheesy after, rewatching it. He had a little bit of goofiness to him. I couldn't take some of his monologues as seriously. Batman just, I don't know. It was a movie that felt it was just mixed for me, I think. I can't really put my finger on it.
It's interesting that you say that because I've been reading a lot of stuff about the Dark Knight trilogy, and a lot of people are coming out saying that it's one of those movies, like what you guys say about Exorcist 3, like how it wasn't received well at first, and a lot of people appreciate it more now. I don't know if I agree with that, but it's actually growing a pretty big fan base. I don't know. I think if someone were to tell me like top 10 greatest trilogies of all time, they put it on the list. I may not disagree with that. I think I'd be okay with it.
Me too. I mean, I still get it. I understand why people like it. I don't know. Maybe I should have watched it all in one go, like all 3 movies. But I just decided to watch Rises because it's the one I haven't seen nearly as much, and so I don't know. It just felt like a movie that felt kind of rushed. So I rewatched that, and I also not gonna talk too much about it, but I also did watch Eddington from Ari Aster, which I know on a previous podcast I talked about Beau's Afraid and how much I disliked that movie. So I was very apprehensive watching this one, but I came out of it with a pretty satisfying experience. I actually enjoyed the latest entry to Ari Aster's filmography. I think this one is his strongest since Hereditary, which I'm not saying is it's good as Hereditary. I think it's still leagues away from Hereditary, but I think editing is actually pretty good. I was telling Edgar this. I was very surprised at how much I was actually engaged with it and enjoying it. Joaquin Phoenix just kills it, dude. I think he's one of the I don't know if we're all going to agree, but I think he's one of the greatest actors of all time. Can we say that? Can we agree to that, Eder?
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Agree?
Yeah.
I mean, and so he just continues to prove himself as one of the best actors working right now. And I know that the whole Joker thing, some people didn't really like the sequel or whatever, but he just kills it, dude, every time he's on in any movie. So I watched that and been watching Welcome to Derry, the It series. So I'm only on episode 2, but kind of enjoying it. It's not bad. It is the most sadistic version of Pennywise. I think he's even more fucked up here than he is in the movies. So I'll leave it at that. Have you guys been watching? Have you guys seen it yet, or
Plan to?
no?
Plan to. Definitely plan to.
Yeah, I would wait until all the episodes are out. So, been doing that. Edgar, what else? What have you been doing?
Playing video games and watching anime.
Ooh, what are you playing?
Ghost of Yote. It's actually good.
How is it?
It's really good.
Yeah?
It's a good sequel to the first one.
What anime?
Naruto Shippuden.
What's such an undertaking, dude?
Greatest anime of all time? Series?
I would say so. I'm halfway through the series, and I think it's well paced.
This is your first take. This is your first watch.
Yeah, first
right?
watch. Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's the greatest anime.
I was gonna get there. So it's well paced. I feel like every character has a chance to, I guess, shine and show their abilities. They're not all generic as fucking Dragon Ball Z.
So you're not gonna watch Dragon Ball Z?
Fuck no.
Why?
I just said, they don't have personalities. These characters.
But you haven't seen Dragon Ball Z to make that assessment.
Yes, I can.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
As a fan that's watched Naruto and Dragon Ball, you have to watch Dragon Ball next. I challenge you. The reason why is because people would argue and they would say that Naruto is the greatest series of all time, and then the other half would say Dragon Ball is the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And Naruto, I will say, has the strongest story.
It does.
Narrative. And actually, Dragon Ball actually has the better characters and character development. And there are elements, and there. Hey, don't shake your head until you actually watched it, because I can tell you, I watched Dragon Ball on a second watch, And after the second watch, I was like, okay, I can see why it's the greatest anime of all time, in my opinion.
Edgar's just
I don't
still.
know about that.
I mean,
You haven't even watched it.
I'm
so
going
you-
to, but like right now, just like
so you are gonna watch Dragon Ball Z.
yeah.
That
I would
sounds like
recommend
you're.
it.
That sounds like you're not gonna watch it. I know you enough to I know you're not gonna watch it, dude. You're just saying.
I'm
This,
just saying, before you cannot hate on Dragon Ball until you've actually watched it.
he's throwing down
Like
a
there are
he's throwing a challenge.
there are certain elements I can tell you that make it so great that will just blow your mind. And I'll save it for another conversation, Edgar. Trust
Okay.
me. Like seriously, like there's a reason why people like, dude. When the creator passed away, they had a party for him. There was a parade. People were devastated. You know, so I recommend it. Don't
Okay.
hate on it until you've actually watched it. Trust me.
All right.
You may not like it, but hey, I'll just leave it at that.
Do you have any more thoughts on Naruto, or are you just like that's what you're watching? That's what you're.
I'm digging it. Mm-hmm. And just a quick, you read it too? I just finished reading the annual of Batman. And what the
Absolutely, Batman, yeah.
dude?
Yeah, Edgar and I still read comic books. We're still out there going every Wednesday as much as we can, picking up comic books from our local comic book shop. Absolute Batman. If anyone's listening to the podcast and you want to get into comic books right now, Absolute Batman's the way to go. It is like one of the best iterations of Batman in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just such a great read, and they're on issue 14 coming up right at the time of this recording. Number 14 will be out already, and I just recommend people pick it up.
There's
Like,
a trade.
the first trade, and read it, dude. It's so fucking good. So fucking good. So yeah, been also doing that. Eric, do you watch anime at all?
No, not really. It's not. I shouldn't say that I won't watch it. I just. I feel like every time I've watched an anime that like somebody tells me to watch one, I always enjoy it, but I don't know. I don't like go looking for it.
Mm.
Yeah, but you don't
But
like wrestling.
I got no beef here.
Okay.
No beef. Not being a hater.
Yeah.
I probably would enjoy it.
Just
I was
neutral.
actually watching that Todd McFarlane's Spawn on HBO recently.
Ooh.
That's just fucking amazing, dude.
Damn.
So, and I
You
mean,
ever
that's
walk
like,
in an alley and notice that someone's
Yeah.
staring at you, and then you stare
Yeah, dude.
back.
no,
Welcome to the second episode of Spawn.
turn off your lights. Turn off your lights. It's like, Jesus, Todd, you're a fucking weirdo, bud. But I mean, hey, he created a weird ass fucking universe, dude.
Yeah, he did.
Like weird shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it doesn't surprise me that he has like a weird like intro to his show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm good with anime when it's on. Like I said, Vampire Hunter D.
Oh,
When I was
yeah.
like a kid.
There
Amazing.
you go. There you
Amazing.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, that's a classic.
But like my knowledge,
go. We know the second you said Spawn, the animated series,
Yeah.
which is not anime, we were like, oh, okay, yeah, but
whatever.
Animation.
Anyways.
It's still in the realm of animation. It's fine.
Animated.
Yeah.
It's animated.
Yeah.
It's good animation though. It's all kind of
Dude,
it's not the same, but it's like it's animated shit.
I will say Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's not anime, but I would consider it anime, and I think a lot of people would consider it anime. It's technically a cartoon.
People will agree with you on that.
It's I think it's earned its right to be an anime. So, before we get into the main discussion, I just want to throw a little quick question to you, Josh. I know you talked about speaking of animation, about how it's not a very serious art form in terms when it gets to like hasn't been nominated for like a best picture before, right? I think that was like, I don't want to deduce your argument to just being like, oh, it's not taken seriously because it was never nominated for best picture. But that had me thinking though, if you could retroactively give an animated movie a best picture nominee, what would that movie be?
Damn, that's a good one.
since it hasn't been given the credit it's due, I think we all think an animated movie should be nominated Best Picture, but for whatever reason they haven't. What would you give one?
The first movie that comes to mind, God, man, maybe this is a stretch, but because it was ahead of its time, we talked about this in our previous podcast, Akira.
That's a good one.
But I think unfortunately a lot of people didn't. And Edgar, maybe you can agree with this too, because it really is not an easy watch. You really have to sit down and pay attention to it.
You do.
But the little details, you know, and the story is great. The for being in the 80s and the details, you know, again, I always go back to that scene where he's like pulling all of that stuff and creating limbs on his body, like the details. You know, it's never been done before. You know, and it was such a high budget animated movie that, yeah, it lifted the bar. You know, for Japanese animation and even American. You know, so if you're going to give an Oscar or an award, you'd have to give it to Akira, especially for what it did in the 80s.
I agree.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I would agree with that. I think for me, I'd put Toy Story as Best Picture. I think to me, it's just a flawless movie. It's a masterpiece. That was like the first one that came to mind when I was thinking about that question. But Akira's a good one too.
I agree with that.
Eric, do you have any like animated movies that you would consider like top 5, or you would put like as one of the best movies of
You
all
might be
time?
right about Toy Story. I think it might have been the first one I ever even went and saw in the theater.
Okay.
Animated film. I can't think of one before. I don't watch a lot of animated stuff, so I don't have much of an opinion to share.
Okay.
But I don't know anything about Akira. But Toy Story was like, I'm pretty sure the first animated movie I ever went and saw in a theater. I'm pretty sure. So,
No, that's ahead of its time too. 97, 98.
Yep.
Yeah.
Toy Story.
Yeah.
I think it's like 96, isn't it?
I think you might be right. I think it's 96. Or is it 95?
Jeez, we don't know.
95, dude.
95.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I think it was the first one I ever went and saw in theater. Was it the first one ever in a major motion picture theater?
I think so.
Like the first major motion ever, right?
In that style. Yeah, but
I think it holds its place.
Well, what about A Nightmare Before Christmas? I know it's not animation, but
that's a good argument too, because that is also argued.
I think it's good. Well, that's more like
animation.
Stop motion, isn't it?
Yeah, but still, like,
Good though.
Yeah.
Strange, but good. But it's Tim Burton.
Interesting question. I just wanted to put that out there. But all right.
No, I appreciate that.
So, Josh, you go ahead. I want you to lead this one because I think this is a very interesting question or topic that we could really go attack from a lot of different angles. But I know you've probably got some good talking points for us to get into. You want to tell us what we're going to be talking about tonight and kind of leading the way into the conversation?
Yeah, no, and I don't want to say I want to lead this. Obviously, I think we can all talk about this because I'm super excited that we're going to deep dive what is greatness, goodness, midness, and basement, right?
Yeah.
You know, and talking about movies, it's such a fun conversation because let's just be honest, at the end of the day, it really is a matter of opinion. Right. So my biggest ask, and I guess like let's not really talk so much about goodness and midness, but let's talk about greatness and basement. Is that fair? Can we do that?
That's fine.
Yeah. No, I think this is really where we should be focused on our conversation.
Absolutely, and let's simplify it, right? Like greatness is by definition a perfect movie,
or as perfect as you can get.
Yeah, right. Like it has no flaws. You can't nitpick it. It is by definition a perfect movie. And then of course, basement is just it's nothing but flawed.
It's Saw 6 in your mind.
It's Saw 6,
Yeah.
gentlemen. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I guess my biggest question, and Alberto, you and I have talked about this multiple times in the past, is if it is a perfect movie and you dislike it, is it okay to rate it as basement?
I'm going to open that up for Eric and Edgar to start off with that one.
Say that again, Josh.
If there is a perfect movie out there, okay, it's well received, Oscar worthy, 100% on Rotten Tomato. Let's say we'll say maybe high 90s, right? If you dislike it, if you don't resonate with it, however you want to say it,
yeah, that's
can
right.
you rate it basement?
Edgar, do you want to start?
Sure. Shit, there's no one that comes to mind, but like when people oh, go ahead.
I'll give you an example. I think you agree with, like Avatar. That's technically one that's like a masterpiece. People really like. But I know you didn't resonate with it.
Yeah, okay. That's a good example.
Would you put that in basement though?
Shit.
Would you recognize it for the greatness it is and put it in greatness still, as it were?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Edgar, did you not like Avatar?
No.
Okay, I'm with Edgar on this.
Me too. I'm also on there as well. I don't like.
I'm
that
with
movie.
him, dude. I was not a fan of
it. For the time when it came out, yes, it looked amazing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The CGI or whatever you want to call it, but I don't know what it was that I didn't resonate with. Maybe the characters weren't well developed, or there was a character you couldn't relate to, or it can be a lot of things, right? To be honest, yeah, when I saw it, I never had a chance, or I wanted to see it
like
again.
a desire to watch it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if I
let me ask you this, Edgar.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about its flaws.
I can't say because I haven't seen it in a long time. But
Edgar, let me step in real quick. Can I?
Go ahead,
please.
Josh, do you think? What do you think of Avatar?
I'm on the same page.
okay.
I watched it. I didn't enjoy it. I'll leave it at that now.
Okay. First of all, I'm going to try to stick with like the criteria here, like what makes things great or basement, and our viewpoints, what resonates. I think I'll kind of circle back to Avatar in a second, because I actually think this is a great pick for a movie. Great pull for all of us. I think for me, when I'm watching a movie, when it comes to greatness, I think I like to see how tangible are the surroundings in the world. Like the filming. Where's the filming? Was this actually filmed like on a mountainside? Or was it filmed in like a studio with like a digital world? Because you can see the difference. And I think if it's like a more tangible world where you can reach out and touch it, it just feels different. It moves different. Like the characters like morph into the scene differently. Like you see this in like I would imagine Braveheart, right? That a perfect movie?
Yeah.
Okay, was it done digitally?
No.
Okay, no, you felt like these characters were existing in this actual place that you can actually go. When I think of Avatar, though, I do think that that it is like the special effects are certainly like pretty extraordinary in comparison to what we had seen before, and I think that it deserves its credit for that. You still get this sense of like that's what it is. It's become just like a synthetic world that I can't relate to, and it just doesn't feel like real to me. So I really think like the environment's a big thing. The story of Avatar has been told before, also. So let's talk like there's got to be it's hard to be original, but the story's been told. If you've ever seen the movie Fern Gully, it's been told.
Mm.
I have not heard of
You
this
guys-
movie before.
Okay, well, watch Fern Gully, and that's it.
Did you just
That's
make up a
Avatar.
word? What is that? What,
Am I not? Josh, have you seen Fern Gully?
Yes, I have. It is.
What do you think about that?
Dancing with wolves?
Okay,
Yes, you're not wrong.
okay.
I haven't
Fern
seen that
Gully
movie
is
either.
go watch Fern Gully because that is Avatar. So I don't know what we're getting so excited about Avatar. It's like you just go watch the show that they showed us when we were kids in school. So
you asked me, what I thought about the movie, and I'll be very honest with you, okay? And I appreciate you, Alberto, bringing this up because by definition, the way it's shot visually, comparing it to, you can also compare it to Braveheart, right? Difference is obviously we're talking about a movie that was made in the 90s versus a movie that was made in 2009, and then on top of it, like visually, it is actually pretty damn good. Okay, the pacing is good.
Great.
The character development is great, right? And the story. And Alberto uses this actually, even though that it has been rehashed, reused, it does actually feel refreshing. It's a refreshing story.
Mm-hmm.
I thought of Fern Gully the moment I was sitting in the theater.
But see, the thing is that I don't think
like
anyone's
word to the T. I was like, what is this? Like, sorry. Go ahead.
I just feel like for most people, Avatar is just. I mean, compared to was it Foreign Gully? What is it?
Fern Gully.
I just don't know if a lot of people would like. I think Avatar just brought in a much more wider audience as well, and I think that's
for sure.
To them, that's going to be what that story is. That to them feels original. They would not have heard whatever this other movie is, or did this come out after Avatar? This came out before Avatar.
Before.
Okay, before. Right. So
An
yeah,
animated movie from like the early '90s.
Okay.
We're talking about 20 years, probably.
Yeah. No, but I don't know. I feel like, to me, so I mean, for you, Eric, you're saying that like, just one feature, right? One defining feature of what makes a great movie is the environment, whether it was done practical or not. I can kind of go both ways. I feel like because you got a movie like Evil Dead that's done very all practical, all on location. But if you can pull me into a world like that, I mean that's also cinema magic as well. Like I personally have not seen these movies, but I can see why they're highly regarded. It's like Lord of the Rings, right?
Well, you can go there though.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
shit!
You can.
All right,
Yeah, I think it's in Scotland.
but there's no walking trees though, right? I mean, you buy into that shit. So I'm just saying, like, I can buy into those worlds as well. It just depends on how engaging the story is.
I think Lord of the Rings was like non-fight. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that's why I feel like for me I can go both ways. I think I can, if it's done practically, it's great. If it can also be done. I know we just talked about Badlands, but that was also just like it brought you into a different kind of world and stuff like that, a different type of universe, and that's also a good criteria for a great movie too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, let's change the subject then. If we want to talk about a movie that's like more realistic, right? We'll pick on James Cameron because he's just everything he does is gold, right? Titanic.
Ooh.
Okay. My definition of Titanic, I think it's a perfect movie. I think it's amazing. My wife can watch that all day, every day, every time it's on TV. She appreciates it. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay. Do I like the movie? No. Right?
Same.
I don't care for it. But should I rate it as basement? Or should I acknowledge it as greatness? That's what I want us to think about, gentlemen, right? I want you guys to think about that.
Well, I think that particular movie is like a perfect movie.
So
I like it.
Would you put it in greatness there?
Yeah, I think it's greatness.
Yeah.
It's not like a personal favorite, but it's extremely watchable and tolerable. I don't necessarily get that into Avatar,
Interesting.
despite how great. Like I understand. Like I think all I was just saying is you asked what do I think makes a movie great, and I'm saying I like the more like tangible stuff typically, because I think we're getting out of control with like these synthetic studio made universes, and I'm not saying that doesn't mean they look bad.
So
They
I'll
can
ask
look
another.
really good, but I think like Predator Badlands, I think that will be at some point kind of forgettable 15, 20 years down the road.
So
That's all.
let me ask you something about and being tangible. Okay, we all acknowledge that Toy Story is greatness.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we know it's an animated movie, Josh.
It's not tangible.
You're
Though.
like, you just said if there were his question was,
I'm just asking a question.
you could put an animated movie in the Oscars, hypothetically, which would it be? That's all he said. And I agreed. We didn't say like
No, just
it looks great.
we're talking about tangibility, right? That's why I want to talk about it, right? Is that if it's a stupid question, tell me it's a stupid question.
No, it was just a good hypothetical.
You know.
I think.
So
That's it.
Edgar, what are your thoughts, man?
On what?
Well-
if like what you said, if a movie's considered
Greatness, would you put it in basement?
Fuck. See, that's really tough because, like, for example, like Titanic. I mean, Avatar. Yeah, I can. That shit can fucking live in the basement. I can give two shits.
Yeah.
But
So you would do it then.
yeah, I guess you're right. But like for like Titanic, for example, it's not my cup of tea. But I do recognize for what it is. You know.
Yeah. It's not basement.
Yeah.
It's not basement, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen Titanic in quite a while, very long time. But just from what I remember, I mean, I knew it was a great movie. I knew it was like a moment in cinema as well, but I also wouldn't put it in basement or in greatness. And maybe it's because I haven't seen it enough to really make it a judgment on it, you know? So maybe that's not a good example for me personally. But would you put it in basement, Josh? How about you answer your question that you posed? Would you
Titanic or Avatar?
The Titanic.
I acknowledge that movie as a perfect movie. As much as I disliked it, I acknowledge its greatness.
So you'd put it in greatness?
Yeah, I would put it in greatness.
What about it did you dislike?
I just didn't care for it.
So why did you think it was great?
It's visually shot well. The characters are great. The dialogue's amazing. The practical effects of the ship breaking down.
So the tangible world.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, I'm just trying to figure it out. You're like, I don't care for it, but goddamn that dialogue and that the scenes. Like, sorry.
No, that's why I want to have this conversation, right?
Confused.
And what the reason why I want to have this is because, you know, we have always had many conversations of movies, right? And we strongly disagree with each other in a lot of ways, right? And we've talked about how movies are a matter of opinion, which is great, you know. But you know, we're not experts. We don't make movies, you know. Shoot, Alberto and Edgar has done more than we have, right? So they have a better idea of us. But you know, I guess the question is do you still have to give it its flowers, whether you dislike it or not? You know, and I think Avatar is a perfect example because the majority say that it is a perfect movie, that it is flawless, right? And does it deserve its flowers, or does it is that a movie that can live in the basement? To Eric's point, you know,
Like,
go ahead.
like for example, like these ones we can all consider, right? Or like we hear that they're greatest of all time, like Back to the Future, Jaws, The Exorcist, The Godfather, The Unforgiven. You know, the list goes on, right?
Those are pretty great movies, though.
Yeah, those are.
Yeah.
That's why those are well paced. Those are like they how do you say, grab your attention right away. You know all those things, right? That what makes a great movie. And let's go like with Titanic and what's
I'll
another
give you
one?
another one, dude. The
Go.
Brutalist. Remember that movie, The Brutalist, that came out last year
Yeah.
with Adrian Brody? It had all these awards for like Best Picture and all that. And I don't know, that's like also a movie I have no desire to watch. But I could see how it is like labeled as like a great movie. I mean, it looks like, to Josh's point, was visually shot well, had a great cast. From what I can, from the scenes that I've seen, like that pop up on TikTok, great dialogue. But like The Brutalist is not a movie I'm gonna go seek out and be like,
So
you know,
so that means is it?
it's not Basement though.
No. I'm talking about like maybe it's our style, our taste in
It could be. Yeah,
in movies?
I think so. I like. Look, here's another movie, right? Another movie I think is considered greatness, and I actually seen this movie because as me wanting to be like an aspiring filmmaker, aspiring writer, this is a movie that comes up a lot in conversations of like, oh, you got to watch this movie if you want to be a filmmaker, you want to be a writer, and that's Lawrence of Arabia. Have you seen that film? Have any of you guys seen it?
I've heard of it. I know there's a lot of talk about it.
Yeah, if you look it up, it's like it's considered
It's an
one of the
older
greatest.
movie, right?
Yeah, it's an older movie. It's considered one of the greatest movies of all time. I sat down and I watched it, and I was like, I can understand why people think this is great. I just don't fucking care for it.
See that's what I'm saying. So it all
depends on our taste.
our taste then.
I think honestly that's where we're getting it. Look, Josh posed this as like, oh, this could be a stupid question. Let us know if it's a stupid question. I think this is like a roundabout way of saying this is just our fucking opinion.
But that's what I
You
brought
know?
up. These also the ones that I just mentioned, like Back to the Future, Jaws. We've seen those and we say, fuck yeah, that's greatest of all time. You know,
It's going back to what Eric was saying too. Those movies, all of them, a lot of it is the tangibility of it. Back to the Future, they made those fucking like those pieces, those things that you can go and touch those things, you know. Or Godfather, it was shot on location, like none of it is CGI, stuff like that. So is it more like, should the conversation be CGI versus practical effects? I don't know.
I don't think that's fair to say because you know there are like CGI is a thing, fortunately, right?
Yeah.
You know, there's always going to be some sort of CGI element. It's just a matter of how it's
Is
executed.
the element.
You know, it's how it's executed. And I want to actually ask another question because you guys keep talking about like pacing, right? What is the definition of good pacing? I want you guys to think about that. And the reason why I'm asking that too is The Godfather is a perfect example. I'm a huge fan of the Godfather trilogy. You know, as much as people hate on the third one, I still appreciate the third Godfather movie. I'm probably a maniac for saying that. But, well, does it have good pacing for most people?
I don't know.
The Godfather? No.
Edgar, you said it did. Okay,
It's too long.
I don't disagree with you, but
did you say me or Eric?
Edgar looks confused. Can you reiterate what you're talking about? You're staring off into fucking space. Go ahead, Josh.
you stated earlier that you know these movies like Godfather, right? They have good pacing, good character development, things like that. You know, but my question is what is the definition of good pacing? Because I could argue, and most people can also argue, that the pacing in those movies are difficult to watch. I would even throw maybe a hot take. We all love The Thing, but the pacing in The Thing can be a little bit rough as well for most people.
Yeah, but it goes back to what Edgar was saying, and I think this is why it's such a defining piece to this conversation, is that it really just is dependent on taste. Because Eric, you would probably agree that Alien has like pitch perfect pacing. Like it's just done really well. Whereas I, even though consider it good, I don't know. I feel like it is a bit more slower than I would want it to be. And therefore I would think it's not really paced as well as maybe to Eric's
point
of view. right?
Right. I get that.
Yeah.
I understand that. Yeah.
So, I mean, my definition of good pacing, though, I think is any movie that makes you look at your watch or your phone and think, "Oh shit, 2 hours have gone by." Like that's fucking crazy. That's great pacing. Like,
And there's the other. Well, it's like,
Yeah.
how? Oh fuck! It's only an hour, and there's another hour to.
So
of
I
this
feel
shit.
like when you watch a movie that has good pacing, if it's done well and it makes you look at your phone and you think 2 hours has passed by, as an extension, I feel like most of the time those movies are pretty good. You know, Edgar and I just finished watching a movie just now before we jumped on to record. It was 13 Assassins, a remake to Akira Kurosawa's film, right? 13 Assassins. And it was like 2 hours and 6 minutes, but it was like, it flew by. It was done so fucking well. I think that's the definition of great pacing, you know? And I think that, like, in there, in that good pacing is a good movie, you know? If it's good pacing, like Letterboxd, for example. Have you guys used Letterboxd?
No.
So Letterboxd is an app where people can go on and like review films and all that. But there's also lists of people. Like people can make lists of movies based off like genre, based off fucking color. You want to watch movies that have yellow in it or whatever the fuck. Like there's lists for all sorts of shit. I feel like anyone if they made a list of like movies that have good pacing, a lot of those movies are going to be considered masterpieces.
Okay.
Is it the sweater?
The sweat? What do you mean? What?
Yellow?
Oh no! No.
And by the way, Josh, I want to say, like, you are right about the CGI. Like, I don't want to villainize it. I'll say this to like all of you. I don't want to villainize it, but it's gotten to a point where it's just that's all we use. It feels like that's all we use. So some of it is just like I'm watching shit on just streaming, and I'm like, what is this? Like, why am I watching? Like, The Void at least tried to fucking do shit like cardboard fucking boxes and whatever, just cut it out and fucking throw paper mache on it. Like, at least they tried.
Yeah.
But most best pictures is shit you've never heard of until it's winning the fucking Oscar. You're like, what? Like Moonlight? What is that movie? Moonlight, Sunlight, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You're like, what is? I've never heard of this shit, and I would never watch it. And I just wonder if, like, I don't think we need to give it respect for that. Fuck you. I don't know what this is. Like, fuck you. Like,
what was that?
Look.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Keep going there.
Oh no. It's just saying, like, I will never watch that movie, and I don't know why, but I just never will. And like, can you name the last 5 best pictures?
I can name 2 of them, which I just
Okay,
named
name
one.
2.
One of them was The Brutalisty. I think the other one was.
I didn't think it went though. It didn't win.
No, it didn't. It didn't win. The other one is The Holdovers, which I didn't actually watch.
Gosh, pull up the last 10 years. I bet we've probably heard of them, but we're not thinking them off the top of our head. I think when I think of Best Picture, I think I go to Titanic.
Yeah.
It got one Best Picture, did it not?
I think it did.
Maybe.
That might be the most memorable Best Picture of all time. So it's like an outlier.
There's a Shape of Water, which was nominated, and I
Shape
think
of
it did win.
Water,
It
yes,
did win
but we're
Best
having
Picture.
Parasite,
and that's fucking weird.
Green Book,
Green Book,
Moonlight, Spotlight, Birdman, 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah.
I mean, we've heard of these films, but have you guys seen any of these films?
We've seen some of them, yeah.
Some of them.
Who saw The Shape of Water?
I didn't. I see.
Guillermo del Toro.
We're having sex with fish. I mean, that's great cinema.
Yeah. Boring cinema. Okay.
like how Eric just brought it up.
You didn't like Shape of Water?
What's that?
You didn't like Shape of Water?
I never saw it, dude.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That
Go ahead,
makes
Edgar.
sense.
I'm sorry, man.
Go ahead, Edgar.
No, like a good point that Eric brought up. I mean, what was that one that won last year? We were like, what the fuck? Really? This shit won?
For Best Picture?
Yeah.
Josh, Jamie, can you pull that up?
Yeah. Because when we saw the
Oh.
trailer for it, it's like, this is a dumb fucking movie. And when we heard it was nominated for best movie of the year, it's like, are you fucking serious? And when it won, it's like, fuck off, dude.
What is it? Josh, do you have it?
I'll
Last
do
year's.
my list again. Nomad Lad, Parasite, Green Book, Shape of Water.
We're talking about 2024. Can you pull up 2024?
2024.
Best Picture winner?
Right? And we were like, what the fuck, man?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Oppenheimer.
No.
One best.
That was 2023, wasn't it?
2024.
No, that sounds like
No,
24.
that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right.
Because it lost, Josh. Because we wanted Oppenheimer to win, but some other one won. It was like a more...
Hold
starts
on.
with an A.
Because I think Josh put 2024. I think you're supposed to put 2025 Best Picture because it was this year.
Okay.
And that was Anora.
See?
Anora.
Yeah.
It was Anora.
And what was it up against?
Let me take a look.
Never even heard of this movie.
Yeah.
A Complete Unknown, Amelia Perez, Conclave, The Substance, Dune Part 2, Wicked, The Brutalist.
What a fucking shitty year, dude. What the fuck? Okay. But when
I'm still here,
But
Michael
have you
Boys.
seen Nora?
no, because when we now saw the trailer, it was like, dude, this shit looks dumb as shit.
I don't know if I said that. Did I say that?
Yeah, when
I seen the trailer in theaters
Yeah,
before,
in
and I was
theaters.
just like, all right.
yeah, we were like, all right, yeah.
Is it fair to hate on something that you haven't seen?
I don't think so. I don't think it's fair to hate on it. I think Edgar's fucking hating on
Fairly,
it.
but you can if you watch enough movies, you can kind of pick up on like what you're getting into a little bit.
Yeah, and that's why I got, that's how I felt when I saw that trailer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is it more so that we're just not...
But okay, good question. Are you going to see it then? Or
Anora?
Yeah.
At some point, I might, if I keep hearing things about how great it is, I'll be like, all right, let me check it out.
What is it?
She
I'm
won
looking.
Best Actress for it as well.
I mean, look, I know this is veering off topic a little bit, but it's like with the video game awards, all these video games that were nominated for Game of the Year, a lot of them I haven't played, but I'd be interested in seeing why it got nominated. So I'll play, I'll give it a shot. Same thing with these movies. Obviously, there's a time constraint, right? Watching all these films, there's a lot of them, but some of them I'll be like, if that interests me, I'll give it a shot. I was actually going to watch Conclave because I heard it was nominated for Best Picture, and I'm just like, sometimes I'm a sucker for good dialogue and like a narrative piece, you know. Maybe that's the thing. It's just a lot of people are not into that kind of shit. The artsy fartsy.
I have another question, gentlemen. Pulp Fiction. Shows your greatness.
Agreed.
Correct? Edgar?
Yeah. It's up there.
Eric?
Meh.
Whoa.
Meh.
There's surprises here on this episode. You don't care for Pulp Fiction?
It's not my taste.
Why?
This is why I
not my
bring it
taste.
up. So we've in the previous podcasts, we've talked about Pulp Fiction, our love for Pulp Fiction. Amazing film, shows your greatness. I agree. If Eric were to say, hypothetically speaking, that it's Basement, I'm not saying you would, right? Is he out of his mind? Is that a time to now debate, right? Or can we respect that decision? I'm saying, and in order to respect it, because it's a movie that can go both ways. I want you guys to think about that.
Depends on what Eric is going to say, or what he would say. Why would it be? If it's not Basement, then why is it not greatness?
I don't want to dive too much into it.
Okay.
I really want to dive into the idea of if you have a movie that is show us your greatness, by definition, a perfect film, flawless, right? And you have one person that says that it's a basement movie. So we can use this in the same area as Avatar or even Titanic, right? Is there an issue?
No, because we do this all the time, talking about movies we like and recommend with each other all the time.
Alberto?
I mean, I don't think, right?
I don't know if I want to like. I
agree with
wouldn't.
you.
I wouldn't outright be like that person's fucking crazy because they didn't like Pulp Fiction. It's look,
Well, whoa, wait a minute. Wait a
Hypothetically
minute.
speaking, Eric.
I thought you guys sounded like you were blown away when Josh and I were like, not about The Exorcist 3. Oh, there he is.
So that's another thing. Okay, this is why I was excited to have this conversation as well. Because
Yeah.
Eric isn't wrong. You know.
well, let's dissect that a bit. What do you mean? Did you think we were like hurt by your guys' opinion by The Exorcist?
Yeah. I don't know about like literally hurt, but there was maybe
There was definitely strong disagreement.
Yeah, I think Josh and I were less like worried about you guys' opinion about The Void versus our opinion about The Exorcist 3. Because we knew The Void was a long shot. We were just trying to figure out a movie you guys hadn't seen.
Yeah. Look,
you know,
I feel like in retrospect, I may have. I can't speak for Edgar, but I think you might agree. Is that I think I may have been a little bit too, well, not aggressive, but definitely. Oh shit! Like you guys didn't like it. Why? Why didn't you guys like it? I was trying to understand why versus just respecting your guys' opinion. And I think looking back at it now, I would have probably been more like, okay, that's totally fair. That's fine. I don't agree, but that's totally okay. And I think Josh and I had those conversations off the podcast. I feel like that's totally okay to be just whatever. You guys didn't like it. I think more so, Edgar and I feel like we may have hyped it up a little bit too much. And I think we probably should have kind of held back on that. Maybe that contributed to it. I don't know. You guys can speak on that. But I think we may have hyped it up because for episodes before leading up to this, we were talking about how great The Exorcist was, and we thought it was one of the best sequels in horror. I don't know. I think maybe that led to it. What do you think?
I think that The Dark Knight Rises is substantially better than The Exorcist 3. And I don't even think it's like living on the same planet, universe. That's where this conversation is where we're at. It's like, it's all good. Like we all have different tastes and different quirks. And like my thing with, to circle back real quick to Pulp Fiction, like I think that, what's his name? Who's the fucking guy writing these movies?
Quentin
oh my God, Quentin Tarantino.
Come on,
you can take me off this after we're done. But he is an upgraded version of Kevin Smith. Like he's an upgrade with his dialogue and the way but it's like just not my cup of tea. Like I appreciate the way he tells a story and kind of have it go a little bit all over the place, but still like make sense, you know, if that makes sense. He really has a creative mind with that stuff, but it's just, I feel like I'm having to really like dial too much in on the dialogue and I'm forgetting about the surroundings and the other parts of the film just to keep up with like what's going on. And that just could be comprehension on my end. There's people that are probably like, that's easy, but I like to try to take in a lot of elements to a film. And I think with his writing, it's just like, dude, I'm not trying to like read the words like they're on the screen or something, you know, like, come on, help me out here, dude. Although I did like the dancing, John Travolta and Uma Thurman dancing. That was like a great scene. That was probably my favorite scene when he like takes her out on a date. That's like the best scene to me. But
Edgar, you've been quiet. What about you, man?
Dude, I'm actually gonna put Edgar on the spotlight here actually because I'm gonna give him a chance to retroactively defend this take because I don't think you did a good job at it. And I think it circles back to our conversation about like the Halloween trilogy when we did that episode. You consider that greatness.
Yeah.
Josh and Eric are in basement for that thing. And I don't remember what my take was. I think I may have said great or good. I'm not sure. But you said it was great. And you just didn't really, you didn't say, I just like it. I just like it. It was great. I think it's greatness. I think that you need a, why? Let's give that as like, why is that great for you?
Well, let me add two.
Yes, go ahead, Josh.
And I quote Edgar. The movie has its flaws. It's not perfect, but it's greatness.
Which we've now established greatness means perfect or near perfect.
Oh, okay.
But go ahead.
What's the question?
Just define Halloween trilogy as why you think is greatness, when clearly Josh and Eric are in basement. I know I'm putting your feet under the fire a little bit, but because I this is the one you picked, right? The same way we picked Exorcist 3, and you hyped it up and you thought it was great. Josh and Eric didn't think so.
Guys, this isn't a gotcha moment. We've all made
statements,
right? And questionable. Excuse me, I don't want to say stupid. Questionable statements, right? I want us to have this conversation why I was so excited, because I genuinely believe this is going to elevate us in a lot of ways. In how we think to movies. So take it like that, please.
Go ahead, Peter. Why do you think it's? I just want, not because I disagree.
For a franchise that went apeshit crazy, with adding a cult and all these things, and when I first heard it was announced, and they're bringing back John Carpenter and everyone, from the original, and they're going to retcon all these things, and I was surprised of how they're going to manage that, and I was surprised it turned out well. The first one, right? To me, I didn't know there was going to be a trilogy. When I came out of that theater, I was like,
fair, I don't think they did.
When I came out, I was like, this is a great ending. Yes. But when I heard, okay, we're getting a sequel, Halloween Kills, to me, is like, I already told you, it's like a what if, but if not, it's like, it takes the slasher genre to another level, as like takes that, like you said, that mob mentality, instead of like people going crazy now, like they're taking it to their own hands.
Right.
We haven't even seen that in a slasher, so it was a new, that felt fresh to me. That was a new take to me, and I felt like they were going to do something with Michael, but look what happened in the third one. The third one is like one of those movies that I'm still like thinking if it's gonna be great later on in a couple of years. Right now, it's like they really killed my
enthusiasm for it.
Yeah. You guys took it too seriously when I said it was the greatest.
The trilogy?
Yeah.
So you don't think?
No, it is. For me, it is. For me, it is. But you guys like, like I don't know. You guys really took it like, I don't know. I can't explain it.
Well, because I know after that podcast you were like I don't know why the fuck these guys didn't enjoy it. Like you didn't.
Like I knew that what they were going to bring up and all right, but like I thought at least they're going to appreciate for what it was.
Yeah.
Not even that. So I was like, oh shit, okay. They didn't even appreciate.
It's a shock to you.
Yeah, it was a shock to me. Like I understand, like I said, everything else, but like I thought they would appreciate the kills. I thought they were gonna appreciate where it was going. And I know the third one's so shit, but like where 1 and 2 was leading up to the third one,
right? And
how creative it was for like retconning everything, right, and making it an original, like a direct sequel to the original, you know?
Yeah.
And bringing back, like I said, John Carpenter and Jimmy Lee, all those things. But like when I heard like they didn't like it, nothing about it, I was like, oh, okay, fuck, that kind of stung.
But looking back at it, what do you think? Do you disagree still, or you're like, all right, I can understand where they're coming from, or let's keep it a buck. What do you think though? What do you think of their opinion still? It's okay.
You're not gonna hurt our feelings. You're not gonna hurt our feelings. Be honest.
You guys were batshit crazy.
All right, see, that's what we want to hear. Go ahead, that's fine. You know,
good.
it
That's good.
shouldn't detract from your. I still don't understand why you think it's greatness, but that's fine. That's totally
You
okay.
did say that the third one was shit multiple
Yeah,
times in
you
this
said it.
conversation, and
You
still
did.
greatness.
You did.
I think even in
confused.
in our that episode, I did say it too. It was like
Yeah,
it wasn't great
yeah, and I think that's
But it was
probably
greatness.
it's not
Yeah.
great, but it's greatness.
for me. Like for for
Yeah.
Joshua Eric, Alien's gonna be perfect for him.
Yeah.
Even when they pick like it's too fucking slow.
Yeah,
This and like they didn't show the alien so much. Stuff like that. You
but
know.
is it a good trilogy, Eric?
So hold on
Aliens?
to
Yeah,
the
all of them.
nitpick conversation. I want to bring that up later. I have that in
Oh,
minutes
okay.
as well. But before I talk about that, because that's a great thing I want to talk about. But to summarize our conversation, it sounds like that greatness basement. It's not really about the execution of the movie, how it was brought to us and put together. It's a matter of opinion. We can agree to that, right,
Yes.
Eric?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
absolutely.
fair. No, I think that's great. Edgar, you'd agree as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to challenge you guys here a little bit, okay? And I want you guys to spit on this, okay? I'm gonna compare two directors,
Oh shit.
okay? Jordan Peele
He's
is
telling
the
you to
first
come back.
one, okay?
Jordan Peele.
And I'm hoping this will work, but is it fair to say that Jordan Peele is Show Us Your Greatness?
He's
I'm sorry.
Oh, what?
Could you expand on why you think he's greatness one more time? Like, give me a
No.
film.
Just a simple question: is he Show Us Your Greatness as a director?
He
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Not yet.
He only has.
I think he's got a lot of potential.
Mhm.
I think he's not quite there yet, though.
Why?
I think his endings to his movies are a little weird.
Okay.
It's not terrible. He's a little like, we're talking about who's the guy that does like weapons and
Oh, Zach
Barbarian.
Krager.
It's like kind of like he's a little bit like on that tier.
I feel like Jordan is experimenting. That's how we're getting all these weird, stories that he does. So that's why I say he's not there yet.
Where would you put
So
him?
he's only technically done
Mid.
3 movies.
Oh, okay.
Oh, go ahead, Edgar. I apologize.
No, Edgar said you'd put him in mid. Like right now, you'd put him in mid.
You put him in mid.
I think that's a little
Okay.
too much. But
Alberto, where would you put him?
Good.
I'll put him in great.
Okay.
Josh.
So I'm not going to answer this question. This is a question I
All
have.
right.
Okay.
All right.
I'll give you my answer afterwards in my thought process. But let's be honest. He has 3 bangers. Okay. Get Out, Us, and Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Okay. Great movies. Okay.
Nope.
Nope.
What?
I would even put what's his face, Eric, weapons director. Okay,
Zach Krager?
2 movies.
Krager.
Zach Krager, excuse me. 2 movies. Let's be honest, right? I wasn't a fan of Barbarians.
Yeah.
Those of you that are listening, please
Bad.
backtrack, listen to our previous podcast.
Yep.
You'll hear my opinion. But he has 2 bangers, right? Could we argue and say that these directors are greatness? Maybe. Now, obviously, they don't have too much under their belt. Okay. Now, I want to compare them to another director. Okay. Steven Spielberg. This may not be fair, but
I don't think so.
Wait a second.
okay. I was even thinking about Ryan Coogler. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What makes Steven Spielberg great? And what makes Jordan Peele good and mid? Even though he's had great movies.
Steven Spielberg has
Steven
more experience,
Spielberg.
man.
Pioneered like crazy films, dude.
Yeah. Original films too.
I think even Jordan Peele would agree.
Yeah,
I know.
Jordan Peele got like
I know this is not kind of fair, and I don't want to think about like, because let's just be honest too. Spielberg has come up with some pretty bad movies in his career, right?
Which one?
And I don't want you guys to think about like he has a lot more under his belt and things like that, right?
Well, which films are you referring to that are pretty bad? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, Josh.
I'm not saying there isn't one.
I would say War of the Worlds was questionable.
Okay. That's like 30 years after.
Minority Report, Artificial AI. Okay.
So when he started using more digitalized universes, he flopped. What you're saying?
Maybe.
Because he was like the king of like the tangible world, dude.
He's arguably the greatest of all time.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones, right?
Jurassic Park.
I don't know, man, because I thought Ready Player One was pretty good. That's all. It's a lot of digital.
I was a huge fan of Ready Player One. That was all digital.
Ready Player One was good. That was a good movie.
So maybe not the best question, but maybe not the best example. But
I don't think Jordan Peele's anywhere near.
Mm-hmm.
So regardless of who the individuals are, right? What I'm really getting at is who is more diverse than the other.
Probably Jordan Peele.
You think Jordan Peele?
Might be. Yeah, he's got an interesting range. Like,
so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you saying that too, right? Because let's be honest, they're both good at what they do. Okay, overall. Steven Spielberg has done sci-fi, horror, adventure.
That's a pretty big range,
right? Jordan Peele has done what?
Just horror.
Pretty much like horror, thriller.
Yeah.
Horror. Yeah, for the most part. Right? So I guess my question to you gentlemen, and I apologize if this wasn't executed well, was better in my head as I put together. But if a director is strong in one aspect and he has bangers, right? And he doesn't go out of his element, okay? Is he still considered great?
Yes.
If he's not diverse?
Of course.
You would say yes.
I would say yes.
Yeah. You can't expect these guys to just be good at every little thing they do. I think like that's unfair to them. Like everybody has like a skill set, a niche, yeah. And I think Spielberg is one of these rare guys that has had his hand in everything. Because let's not forget he did Star Wars with George Lucas. Like he's literally, whoopsie daisy.
What? Oh, I thought you like cut off for a second.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Eric?
Can you hear me?
Oh.
Talk.
Oh, okay. Dead air.
Okay, yeah, no, that's good. Fine. Sorry, I was watching. I was staring.
Yeah,
I was
where I was going is that Spielberg is one of these kind of rare guys that has literally like crossed over. Like John Carpenter has always just kind of stuck to his bread and butter, and that's what we know him for. That's what we love him for. I don't think like. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I want to see John Carpenter trying to make some shit that doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know. Stick to what you're good at, you know?
Same thing with Quentin. I think Quentin Tarantino is another director that has expressed, like, wanting to step out and do something different that isn't in the same lane, but he sticks mostly to what he's not. Like, I don't think, other than Kill Bill, he hasn't done any movies that are, in contemporary, like, setting. I think everything's always been, like, Western or like in the 40s or 50s or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Like Kill Bill was really the only movie that like took place in modern time.
Yeah.
And that's just because Quentin Tarantino just has such a fascination for those old flicks of the 60s and the 70s and shit like that, you know?
What about
his era?
Christopher Nolan.
Whoa, you know, Christopher Nolan.
There you go. I like that comparison.
That was my next element because I wanted to show you guys like new directors that are like hot right off the bat, right? You know, and they may have very limited, right? So now I'm going to shift it. I'm going to add Christopher Nolan. I'm going to replace him with Jordan Peele. Okay, who is he not diverse as well? Does he not get out of
Christopher Nolan?
Hmm. He's done war movies. He's done sci-fi. He's done comic book movies.
He hasn't done comedy though.
That'd be cool.
He hasn't made a fucking
I
comedy.
don't know. The
yet.
Dark Knight Rises had some comedy elements in it,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah, I mean, he's not like a jack of all trades type of director. You know, I think because Steven Spielberg, he did Jurassic Park, didn't he? Who did
Yes, he
Jurassic
did.
Park?
Yeah.
Right, he did. I mean, a lot of those movies that Steven Spielberg made has elements of different genres in it anyways, I think. But Christopher Nolan, I don't know if you could see, like, he tried kind of comedy with Dark Knight Rises. The humor there felt very, like,
well,
it felt like MCU
let's be honest.
humor type of, you know?
he hasn't. But what if he does come out with a comedy movie?
It's not.
And Christopher Nolan will never come out with a comedy.
No, the what ifs, right? You know. So I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on this topic? Do we move on?
I think
Not
Christopher Nolan is the definition of white privilege.
What?
Explain.
I just think
Hot take.
his movies are not like that good. Like, why are they so good? Like, he's kind of renowned at this point, right?
Okay, I'm gonna have to, because he made my favorite movie of all time, dude. He made Interstellar. That movie's fucking amazing.
I'd say they were all bad.
So love him or hate him, right? Again, every movie is a banger. Even his weakest movie.
That's what I mean. Why are they all bangers? Is my question.
All right, go
I
ahead.
just stopped watching Tenet. I couldn't even watch that movie.
Which
If you
one?
go back and look
Tenet.
like
Oh.
the Dark Knight films, they're kind of starting to look a little aged, dude.
Okay, I'm going the same lane as Eric. I didn't like Dunkirk. That's not that much.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get out of this podcast, man. Why?
Dunkirk?
Dunkirk, right? That's what it's called.
Oh, Dunkirk. Yeah, what is fucking Dunkirk, dude?
Really? You didn't like Dunkirk? That's it? That's your 2 cents? I didn't like Dunkirk. What the fuck? You didn't want to add more to that?
I've never seen Dunkirk.
I seen it. I think it's pretty good.
I think it's a great. Well,
I think 1918. What was it?
1918? 1917?
That was better than.
they're both great movies.
Both great movies, yeah. Quentin Tarantino put Dunkirk as one of his favorite of the modern era.
Yeah, he did.
I'm not saying that holds weight a lot, but you know,
even Tenet.
I like
Considered
Tenet.
his weakest film
United.
did
Stop.
well. You know,
They all do well. That's my point. Like, why?
I don't know.
So
I don't know.
He's overrated.
interesting. So can we?
Now,
yeah.
hold on. Wait, overrated does not necessarily mean bad.
I don't disagree. So is Steven Spielberg overrated?
Yeah.
Jesus, Edgar, really?
That was a quick response.
Did you really mean
Yeah.
that, or were you just saying that to say that?
No, he's all right. He's all right.
He's all right.
I think Steven Spielberg is Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Gary. Yeah.
Hall of Fame. Maybe not now, but he was. He served his time during his time in his heyday.
Mm-hmm.
You look back at a lot of his films, and you're like, okay, you know.
Yeah.
I think he was
Don't
upgraded
forget,
version.
he also did Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Well, come on, that's
A little
Terrible.
blot on his filmography. But that's it.
yeah.
Um,
You're right about Minority Report.
You,
Not good.
all these directors that are considered like Steven Spielberg and all those guys always have one movie that's like shit or a couple.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah.
Christopher Nolan hasn't.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan hasn't.
Jordan Peele hasn't.
Same thing.
Nope wasn't
Well,
good.
I mean, Edgar and Eric probably don't think Nope was good. Right? That's kind of where you were alluding to. I think Nope
All right.
was great.
Hold on that one.
Zach, what's his name again? Zach Greger.
Zach Krager, yeah.
Jordan Peele wanted to buy his script. That's how good he is.
Okay, what does that have to do with Nope?
I think he's better than Jordan Peele.
Zach Krager?
Yes.
I don't know about that.
We're saying Jordan Peele's the greatest.
Why are we pitting them against each other? They're both great. They're both great.
Yeah, absolutely right. But my argument, and obviously this again, we're deep diving on the matter of opinion, right? Is what I want to do. You don't disagree, Eric?
No, we're talking like, don't pit them against each other. It's like, well, we're just answering questions, like opinions.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right.
Is it Jeff or is it Bob? Like, how good are they?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Matter of opinion, right? I don't think Zach Krager can end a movie.
Hey, get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of
Right?
this
You're not
podcast.
totally wrong.
Yeah. So I want to pivot. I want to go to. I want to talk more about the. I want to now talk about
The
Show Us Your
bad.
Basement. Okay, the bad, the ugly, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple questions, but before I answer those questions, I want to go back to the term. Alberto and I have talked about this a lot. Edgar, you talked about this previously.
Yep. Eating ass,
the
baby.
nitpick.
Oh, sorry.
The
What was it?
nitpick.
The nitpick, yes.
Alberto, you got so much ass that the
Thank
three
you,
of us.
dude. I appreciate that. man. Thank you. It's the month of giving, Thanksgiving, and you know what? If I'm giving ass, thank you.
Get you Alberto turkey ass. We talk about when we hate on a movie, right? And Alberto, you and I have talked about this, and you've stated that Eric and I are notorious for nitpicking.
See.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Eric, what are your thoughts on that?
On the
Now, I want this to be in combination of us talking about a matter of opinion.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, I understand. Like, kind of where we started the conversation about what makes something great. I try to dial in on like the filming, it's the tangible element. Hold on, sorry, I've got like a sneeze coming. Jesus. Like the tangible element versus like the digital world, and that's part of it. It's part of the DNA, right? Well, I think with Basement, it's kind of my big thing is I think about a movie like The Avengers, and that is a movie that I think is like really living in the digital world that is starting to kind of show its cracks, and it's just so wildly unrealistic. I understand these things aren't real. I get that, but it's so wildly unrealistic. Like, okay, yeah, this guy's, I talked about like the ending scene where he's like Hawkeye with his, he's pulling these fucking arrows out of his quiver like endlessly. Like that kind of stuff to me is like
they take you out
that's
of
the
it.
rope. It takes me out of it, and I know that doesn't take everybody out of it, but that's like kind of the definition of Basement, where it kind of starts to go into this like very unrealistic, very cheesy, and kind of just like quick green, like open your wallet. Let me just take a couple dollars. Let me just take a couple more. Hey, you need to go get a refill on that Pepsi. Go get a couple more. Like that's what that is to me. Like, so the dilution of like the visual effects. Are we doing too much digital? And are we taking away from like dialogue, character building and things like that? I think The Avengers to me is what I think of.
I mean, look, if I'm talking about this question that Josh posed about like nitpicking and stuff, to me at least, this is just my opinion. I feel like when you guys or when anybody really reviews a film, and they talk about little things here and there, little nitpicky things, it to me does not amount to an actual criticism. It mostly just comes out to like, okay, you just didn't like this one element of this film. Does that really make it a terrible film if we're just talking about one little nitpicky thing. That's my opinion. That's where I'm coming from. You know, like I remember when Black Phone 2 came out, and I was watching people review it on TikTok. A lot of people were disliking it for tiny little things, and they were like, "Oh, this movie's fucking bad. The protagonist didn't see the killer behind him. Oh, it's bullshit." And it's like, to me, it felt like, that to me doesn't sound like a criticism. That just sounds like something that took you out of the film, and then you're just not actually like paying attention. That's just me though. That's just my opinion. That's why I feel like nitpicking things about a film doesn't really amount to a criticism, in my opinion. You can nitpick all you want, but I think in the end of the day, if it doesn't detract from the overall good like moments and good parts of a film, I tend to kind of discard those things whenever someone's like nitpicking.
You're not wrong, right? To critique is not the same as to nitpick. You know, critiquing is aims to overall improvement, while nitpicking focuses on minor, often inconsensual details. Definition, according to Google AI.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not wrong, but I bring this up because for the last 45 minutes we've been talking about matter of opinion.
Yeah.
Isn't nitpicking a matter of opinion? Whereas to critique, going back to, you know, identifying something as greatness, a perfect movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we nitpick it because we don't resonate with it, we should still maybe acknowledge it as a perfect film. I'm just asking. I don't know.
I mean,
Titanic's not bad. Again, we'll just leave it at that.
to me, I mean, you kind of already answered my own or your own question with why I think nitpicking things are not. I mean, they are a matter of opinion, just as it is my matter of opinion to critique why you nitpick and why it's not actually a critique. You know what I mean? That's also my opinion. That's why I feel like it's not actually like a valid criticism, I think. I don't know. That's just me. That's just where I come from. I'm not going to take it seriously when someone is just nitpicking something. And I'm like, all right, but actually give me something. Don't just tell me why this little thing took you out of it, or why the CGI in this particular moment of the scene took you out of it. Give me something more is kind of where I'm coming from. You know, it's like, yeah, it's your opinion, but I'm not going to hold it to a high regard is what I'm probably going to say. I don't know. Maybe is that harsh?
No, I don't think that's harsh at all. I think that's actually a good input, actually. And I appreciate that. Edgar, what are your thoughts, man?
I agree with Albert. Same thing. Like for example, the Halloween trilogy. I knew you guys were going to dig it, but I was like, okay, they're going to at least like some aspects of it. But like, you guys were just like I was just nitpicking, like, and that's what made it the basement. Like, oh, okay.
But can we say that it's not a perfect movie series?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Acknowledge
that's
that.
fine. Yeah,
Like I'll respect your opinion on that, but if it's everything, like I was saying, you didn't like this certain thing took you out of it, like really, and that's why it's a basement. You know, I'm not gonna I think I gave Alien goodness. I think I'm not gonna give it a basement because it was so fucking slow and the dialogue was bad. You know,
whatever,
yeah. I'm gonna appreciate for what it is. Like, okay, it still has scary moments, still holds up. You know, etc.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna go ahead.
Look, to me, and I'm coming at this from a different perspective as well, because you know I come from playing video games, and I also like to watch reviews of video games and people like whatever critiquing them. And there's certain people that are like, "Oh, this game is bad because the water physics were terrible." And it's like, fuck, the water physics were never a really important part of fucking Grand Theft Auto. Like, tell me what you actually thought about the vehicle gameplay or whatever. Like, that's kind of where my mind goes to, and so I apply that to film, where it's like if someone's critiquing like, "Oh, the lighting in this fucking movie was terrible," and it's like, okay, but this is, give me something that's actually solid. That's kind of where my mind goes to. It's like, okay, that's your opinion. Don't expect me to respect it, though. You know what I mean? Is that coming off as being too?
This app you're talking about, where you can look up reviews of movies.
Oh, Letterboxd.
Right. I mean, you could look up a movie that has fucking yellow.
Yeah, there's lists. I'm saying there's like, yeah, lists of like.
Who gives a fuck about yellow?
Exactly.
People do, apparently.
There's some people that do. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just that's why it's like, that's fucking weird. There's a list of people like making movies depending on the season that you're feeling, and I was like, so that's fucking weird.
I do think there are certain situations with certain movies, depending on how they're marketed, depending on the anticipation, where these things can be diluted a certain way for certain people. Like, I understand where you're coming from with The Dark Knight Rises. I totally get it. Like, I like the movie, but I can kind of see like where you're coming from a little bit. It's like, it's a little long. Like there's like some goofy choreography going on with the fight scene. You're like, this is looking pretty shitty now, 10 years, 15 years later. Like, it's not looking very good. Despite there being some, like, it still has like a dark tone to it. And I think that I do like Bane a lot. I get the trepidation of like why people think it's kind of shitty though. Like, and it's because of little weird things like that. These little weird things that are starting to like kind of seep through the cracks. Christopher Nolan, overrated maybe. But I think you have to kind of like get to these little like nitpicky things to like that bother you. Like, it's the reverse of what you think make you feel good about it, or what make you feel bad about something. And I know that you've seen something, Alberto. I guarantee it. You have seen shit where you're like, I just can't get into this because of this weird dialogue or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think I've even heard Edgar say, like, maybe be more blunt about like why he doesn't like something, which makes more sense because he's like, well, in the void, like halfway through the movie, all of a sudden the story shifted and it was just like, where the fuck are we going with this? Like, that right there bothered the shit out of him. Like, it is what it is.
I wouldn't really say that's so much nitpicking. That's just terrible transition, right? From one scene.
But what is nitpicking?
No, it can be, right? But my thought process is if you're going to have if it's based on a matter of opinion, you're going to nitpick, right? I can argue and I can say that, the serious elements in the Avengers, were good up until the moments they had that one joke that took you out of it, right? It's a serious moment, and then they turn it into a joke, and it takes you out of it, right? Am I nitpicking? I'm just using it as an example. I'm not trying to create an argument. But it's an element that takes you out of a serious moment, and when you have a heated scenario, there is no time for jokes, right?
That's what I think they won with Civil War, dude. They didn't do that as much. Anyway, just throwing that in there. Way more serious.
I want to go to my next question. And I can relate.
Josh, I just want to make sure.
I got like 20 more.
All right. Just want to make sure we're going to be here for another 3 hours. It's fine.
Like, getting elevated with every question, Yeah. So we might be, guys. We have all night.
I don't know about that, but all right.
Just kidding. Don't tease. Going back to, obviously, still talking about the basement. Okay. I'm going to pick on Edgar. I can actually relate with you on this, Edgar, as well. Is you've noticed, you've stated several times that the Halloween is not a perfect movie, but it's greatness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Batman v Superman. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I know it's not a perfect movie as well. People can argue that it's obviously terrible. Can you justify a basement movie as goodness, greatness? Or is it to Alberto's point, a guilty pleasure?
I don't want to distract you from. I just want to point out how Josh is like asking these questions like he's a lawyer in the court. Like, you stated in 2021 that Josh is coming prepared, dude. Fuck. Go ahead. And...
Can it be both?
Can it? I hate how we just keep asking questions and no one's really answering because we're all just like, well, is it?
We are answering.
Is it?
The answer is really, critiquing movies is a matter of opinion, right? That's the answer. Okay, so we are answering the questions. Okay, but yeah, to Edgar's point, can they be both?
I think so. I mean, look, listen, Saw 6, I think, is a good movie. Fuck. But I can understand that it's terrible. It's a guilty pleasure film. Totally.
You would rate it as goodness.
Yeah.
I know we're only emphasizing greatness and basement, but you would say
put it in goodness. Yep. But I understand. It's not going to be for everybody. It's a guilty pleasure.
Eric, the gears are rolling, man.
You know?
Why do people think this? Like, look, I'm just trying to tell you, when I'm watching the Avengers and I see Hawkeye on the fucking rooftops, endless fucking arrows coming from the quiver, and he's not looking. It's supposed to be like this alien invasion, and he's just fucking popping them off with this fucking bow and arrow. That shit just fucking takes me out of it, dude. And that's things like that to me. I made it very clear. Environment is big for me. Is it how if we're gonna go digital, then it better be goddamn good, and some of them are. But like I think about some of these older movies that did much more of like filming on the set, like on site, like practical effects. That stuff resonated with me more, and that is why I gravitate to that more. It's that simple to me. That's what makes greatness versus basement. Is the basement's usually the oversaturation of like digital world and just kind of like totally unrealistic shit. And I like a good science fiction movie. I like a good one, but I want to be able to like feel like this is something that like could be real, right? And I think some deliver that, like Interstellar. I think that's actually a pretty good movie, right?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's just like that's where I'm going with it. Like, yes, I'm going to fucking nitpick shit, little bullshit.
I love how you stand behind that, and you have a very strong opinion on that. I appreciate that. Yeah. Edgar, you said they can go both ways. Elaborate a little bit.
I think it's a movie you can, just pop in and enjoy. It doesn't it wouldn't matter if someone else's opinion. Like you said, like I was saying, and Saw 6 can be terrible to other people, but for him it's great and he enjoys it. Same with Halloween. It can be with Shaun of the Dead. It can be with
dude, I mean, look,
forget Tombstone. A lot of those,
when you think about, like, for example, the season of Halloween, the movies that stick out to you, the ones that you want to watch, are the fucking slop, dude. Okay, nobody wants to be like, all right, let me pop in the Hereditary or maybe Hereditary. I'm not actually gonna bash that, but like when you want to watch a Halloween movie, what are you gonna put in? Fucking Freddy versus Jason and have a good time, or are you gonna put in Talk to Me? Which one is gonna get your attention more? Freddy versus Jason, and we know it's fucking slop. We know it's not gonna be great, but you're there for the fucking kills. You're there because it's Freddy and it's Jason. It's good, but it's guilty pleasure. It can be bad. That's kind of where.
But the matter of opinion is you think that it's greatness, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, in regards to like, for example, like the whole franchise of Saw, I think is great. I also know it's fucking like messy as shit, Same thing, I'm sure, with Eric with like VHS.
VHS is starting to piss me off, though.
It is. I know it is. But like you're gonna be there for the next one, right?
yeah.
So it's like that's
You're
what I
right.
mean, you know.
We're right.
And I'll pick on myself as well. You know, Jean-Claude Van Damme's Street Fighter is a terrible movie. Yes, it is a guilty pleasure, but I rank it as show us your greatness.
Dude, like I don't want to keep like circling back to video games, but the same thing goes with video games. Sometimes you want to play a bad game. Why? I don't know why. Because it just tickles that like little part of your brain, that little lizard part of your brain that just like makes you feel good. And the Saw franchise makes me feel good. Just as I'm sure Batman v Superman makes you feel good, Josh, and that's totally fine. You know.
Oh my god! You know, I think that I think the horror genre in general, for the most people, is an undesirable genre. So, I think we're outliers when it comes to thinking anything in horror is great. Truth be told, honest to God.
Mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm.
we're going, you know.
Yeah. No, I mean,
it's totally good. It's all good here.
So gentlemen, I think it's fair to say that, you know, as we critique these movies, right, as we suggest movies, we have to be open to the opinion that is potentially going to be presented to us, right? Because now it's just a matter of opinion, right?
Yeah. I agree. You know, I think, like Josh was saying, and I think he says this a lot in this episode, it's safe to say, guys, I think it's safe to say we have opinions. That's really what we come down to, is that we all have opinions, and that's okay. Like that's really, I think I know more about now what the criteria is for Eric, and I know what the criteria. Well, actually, I don't know what the criteria is for you, Josh, because you weren't really. Because you would be like, well, I'll circle back and answer that question. I don't know what your definition of greatness or basement is, dude. So, but I at least know what Eric.
Episode, gentlemen.
I at least know what he's looking for. Yeah, I think we're much more informed now about each other's opinion, and I hope people are also who listen to this are also informed. So when you come and watch our. The Eagles, yeah, that's right. When you come over and watch this podcast, like, just know what you're getting yourself into, you know? So.
Yep, you better know that when Hawkeye's on the fucking roof.
That's right. It's a great moment. I think that's probably why you keep bringing it up, Eric, because it actually sticks out in your mind a lot, and it's a really great scene in the MCU history, so I'm not going to take that. You know, it's. I think it's, as Josh would like to say, it's cinema right there. That's what that moment is. It's cinema.
It's not porn. It's cinema.
Oh shit! He did the thing. He did the thing.
Questions I have. I think the great thing about this is that there's going to be a lot of people listening to it. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to agree with each and every one of us. That's all I got.
Yeah, I mean, I also think people are going to listen to this episode and they're going to be like, did these guys just figure out what an opinion is? And that's it. Because I really think that's what this whole episode's been about. But honestly...
These guys are not professionals at all. They have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
We never claim to be. There's something I like about Eric's videos about what he does about football. You say you have a poor man's take. That's what it call it, or like something like that. The poor man's...
That's what Josh and I kind of came up with. But yeah.
I kind of like that when it comes to all four of us here on this podcast, is like you can go anywhere else for your opinions about movies. There's plenty of people who have more informed, educated opinions, but to us, when you come to our podcast, you're getting the poor man's take.
Yep.
That's not necessarily a bad thing. That's sometimes, you know, that's honestly much more sincere than some of these other people that go online and will say some shit just to say some shit, you know? At least I know Eric is going to keep it 100. So or with Josh or with Edgar. So I think that's really what it comes down to. You know? Do you want to say anything else about that rooftop scene, Eric, with the Avengers? Do you want to
Nope. I just want to say, go Birds, baby.
Go
8-2.
Birds. That's it. They're in the driver's seat. Do you think Broncos are going to be in the Super Bowl?
They might be. They're a good team.
Oh,
I'll leave it at that. Do you think the
They
Patriots
are
have
what? Are the Broncos 8-2 or are they?
So they're 9-2 last I checked.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
Oh,
oh. We haven't had
what happened?
I don't know what's going on.
we haven't had a bye week. That's why.
Oh, it's me.
No,
Shit.
Jeez. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Show Us Your Basement. Like I said at the top of the episode, thank you guys. We really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your Eagles fans. Have them listen to it. Force them to listen to this podcast. If they say, nah, man, I'm good. Like, no, actually, you're going to sit down and you're going to listen to this fucking podcast because it's amazing. All right. That's where you're going to have them do that. Really appreciate it. And as Eric says at every end of the episode,
go Birds, baby.
go Broncos.